This is my review of WCW Sin, which took place January 14th, 2001. And this was the first of the last three pay-per-views WCW produced before WWE bought them out. Here is the case right here. There's Sting right here, then Scott Steiner right here, and then Goldberg down here, and then there's Diamond Dallas Page with a sign in the middle says WCW Sin, and then on the left side here is the case. You in the upper part you can see Diamond Dallas Page and Kevin Nash walking to the ring for their match with the Thrillers, O'Haire and Palumbo. You can see General Erection and Shane Douglas fighting right here for the United States title. And then you can see Goldberg, Gorilla Press slamming Buff Bagwell right here in his tag team match with Dwayne Bruce and Lex Luger, and then you can see Jeff Jarrett right there making his entrance to the ring. Okay, this right here was one of the best pay-per-views WCW has ever done. This pay-per-view from top to bottom was one of the greatest pay-per-views I've ever seen. All of the matches were awesome, and the crowd was into them. I saw this pay-per-view when it aired back in January of 2001, and I just watched it again, and it was awesome. The first match of the night was a cruiserweight title match between Chavo Guerrero and Shane Helms. This was an awesome back-and-forth match. Chavo wins the match when he reverses the inverter breaker into the brainbuster, thus retaining the Cruiserweight Championship. The next match of the night was a fight between Kayfabe brothers, Big Vito and Reno of the Natural Born Thrillers. This was an awesome match. Vito and Reno were pretty good for big man, and they did a lot of awesome moves in this match, like Vito doing a Mafia kick, Vito doing a Northern-like wrist clutch suplex, and him doing an elbow drop off the top ropes. This is actually one of my favorite matches and one of the more memorable matches that I remember from this pay-per-view. Reno wins the match when Big Vito tries a suplex and it gets reversed into a swinging net breaker called the Roll the Dice. The Jung Dragons, Yang and Kaz Hayashi defeated Evan Courageous and Jamie Noble in a awesome cruiserweight tag team match. The next match of the night is also one of my favorites, and in my opinion, one of the most memorable, and that was Mike Sanders of the Natural Born Thrillers versus Ernest the Cat Miller for the WCW Commissionership and the managed services of Miss Jones. This was an awesome match. The crowd was into it from beginning to end. Mike Sanders tried to get the crowd behind him in the beginning, but Miller got the bigger pop. Ernest the Cat Miller got the bigger pop, and Sanders attacked him from behind to start the match. Like I said, the crowd was into it. The work rate of both men, of both Sanders and the Cat, was phenomenal. The match ends when the Natural Born Thrillers and Chronic interferes. Chronic, whom Sanders paid earlier in the show to ensure that he wins the match, attacked Sanders and shoved the money he paid them down his throat. Then the Cat hit them with a then the Cat hit him with a karate kick called the Feliner to win the match. Thus, the Cat became commissioner and gained the managerial services of Miss Jones. Team Canada, Lance Storm, Mike Awesome, and Elite Skipper defeated the Filthy Animals, Conan, Rey Mysterio Jr., and Billy Kidman in a penalty death box match. This was an awesome match with Hacksaw Jim Duggan as the referee. Like I said, awesome match there. Ming defeated Terry Funk and Crowbar in a pretty good three-way hardcore match. This was a good match, but really didn't care much for the match. The Natural Born Thrillers, Sean O'Haire and Chuck Palumbo with Sanders, defeated the Insiders, Kevin Nash and Diamond Dallas Page, to win the tag team championships with assistance from Sanders, Lex Luger, and Buff Bagwell. This was another awesome match and another one of my favorite matches from this card. The crowd was into it and both teams performed well. Man, Palumbo and O'Haire were the future of professional wrestling, and Vince buried them in that invasion angle. The match, the next match of the night was Shane Douglas versus General Rection for the United States Championship. This was another awesome match, another one of my favorite matches from the card. General Rection controlled most of the match with Shane Douglas controlled most of the match with General Rection battling back like a old school babyface, and and Shane Douglas won the match by hitting General Rection with a spare chain that he hid in his knee pad to win the United States Championship for the first time. This The first match in your double main event was Bill Goldberg as Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker versus Totally Buff Lex Luger and Buff Bagwell with Goldberg's career on the line. This was another awesome match and once again one of the most memorable matches of this pay-per-view. The most memorable part of this match was actually at the end when Bagwell and Luger were pretending to harass some fan Goldberg had signed an autograph for earlier in the show. Goldberg stormed over there and attacked both of them. Then the fan shockingly maced Goldberg, and Goldberg actually was so powerful, yanked the fan over the rail, and then Bagwell and Lex Luger took advantage and hit Goldberg with a double blockbuster to win the match, thus ending Goldberg's career. Man, I was shocked and pissed at the same time when I saw this as a kid, when Luger and Bagwell ended Goldberg's career. The second match in your double main event was a World Heavyweight Championship match between Scott Steiner versus Jeff Jarrett versus the second match in your double main event was a World Heavyweight Championship champion. The second match in your double main event was World Heavyweight Champion Scott Steiner versus Jeff Jarrett versus Sid Vicious in a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Oh, and a mystery man. I forgot. They also fought a mystery man who didn't show up until the end of the match. This was an awesome match to close the show. Jeff Jarrett and Steiner controlled most of the match. Most of the match with Sid battling back like a true babyface would, and until the end when Flair bought out the mystery man who was supposed to be in the match earlier but wasn't, and he shockingly attacked Sid Vicious, and Steiner pinned him to retain his championship. Then the mystery man revealed himself as Road Warrior Animal. Man, like I said, this was an awesome pay-per-view. A lot of people like to criticize WCW this time and say it was horrible, but I thought it was the best, and I thought WCW was getting right back on its feet. This is what they were supposed to be doing, pushing the new talent, and this was awesome. Man, a lot of people who, in my opinion, who rag on WCW in this time, man, a lot of people appear to have not even watched WCW's product at this time, and were just reading dirt sheets or watching WWE footage of this stuff now, but I don't think they were watching this pay-per-view because, in my opinion, this WCW's product was always better than WWE's. Well, at least during the Attitude Era. During the Attitude Era, I thought WCW's product was better than WWE's, and I think WCW's product is way better than WWE's now. So yeah, I'm done for now.